CPAC's MAGA split. The crowd came back, but unity didn't. CPAC used to look like one giant red hat family reunion. Loud cheers, one message, one leader, but now, the numbers tell one story, and the mood tells another. In 2023, CPAC said 2,000 attendees completed its straw poll. In 2024, that figure was 1,478. In 2025, it fell to 1,022. This year, it bounced back to more than 1,600. So yes, the room still has energy, but the movement inside that room is no longer moving in one direction. Year by year attendee count I could verify. 2023 CPAC said 2,000 attendees completed its straw poll. 2024, the CPAC poll surveyed 1,478 attendees. 2025, a survey at CPAC sampled 1,022 attendees. While official registration numbers are typically released later, multiple media outlets and social media reports have characterized this year's turnout as significantly lower than in the past. It was the crack running through MAGA itself. Reuters reported a growing generational divide over support for Israel and the war with Iran. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz took a swipe at what he framed as excessive loyalty to a foreign country. Younger conservatives at the event openly questioned why American money and military risk should keep flowing overseas, while older conservatives and evangelicals defended Israel in moral and biblical terms. And that is the part people should not ignore. The younger crowd is not talking like the old guard anymore. Some of the youngest attendees told Reuters they opposed the war with Iran and wanted taxpayer money focused at home, not used to strengthen Israel's military position. On the other side, older attendees and figures like Franklin Graham framed support for Israel as part of a religious duty, not just a policy choice. That is not a small disagreement. That is a fight over the soul of the movement. Now add the politics. Reuters reported that Vice President Vance won CPAC's 2026 straw poll with 53%, while Marco Rubio surged to 35% among the more than 1,600 attendees who voted. That matters because it shows the movement is already testing out what comes after Trump, even while Trump still dominates the space. In other words, CPAC was not just a conference this year. It was a preview of the succession fight inside MAGA. And here's where the story gets even sharper. Trump still has a strong grip on the Republican base, but the issues pulling at that base are getting harder to hide. Reuters CPAC reporting said concern over the Iran war and rising gas prices had dragged Trump's approval down to 36%, even while 74% of Republicans still backed the strikes on Iran. So the contradiction is right there in plain sight. The base is loyal, but that loyalty is being tested by war, prices, and the old question of whether America first really means America first. So here's the bottom line. CPAC did not just reveal a Republican gathering. It exposed a Republican argument. The crowd came back in 2026, but the unity did not. Younger conservatives are asking whether foreign wars and old alliances still fit the MAGA promise. Older conservatives are answering with faith, tradition, and loyalty. And somewhere in the middle, the movement is trying to decide what it actually is now. This is bigger than one conference, bigger than one speech, bigger than one straw poll. Because a movement can survive bad headlines. It can survive weak attendance. It can even survive losing arguments on TV. What it may not survive is a civil war between the younger voters demanding America first at home and the older faithful still treating foreign conflict like a sacred obligation. That kind of split does not stay inside a ballroom. It follows a party all the way to the ballot box. If you think the biggest fight in conservative politics is no longer left versus right, but old MAGA versus new MAGA, hit subscribe, share this video, and tell me in the comments, is CPAC still the center of the movement, or just the place where the split finally became impossible to hide?